Hello everybody, I am back once again, and this time I'm flying the Yak-17. As you can see, we're on the Britain map, which is about the worst it can get, since the enemy has an air spawn and we have to spawn on the runway. But it's okay, I guess. So, I've been in the air for a little while. I'm just trying to climb, gain a bit of altitude, and see if there's anything I can kill. Now in the distance over here there's a few bombers. You can see their dots, kind of, or at least I could. And so I'm gonna go over there. My Yak-17 is pretty much stock. I have the belts and I have one performance upgrade, the compressor I think. But for the rest it's completely stock, so it's not very fast and doesn't climb very well yet. But to try to get some upgrades you gotta do crazy things, so I'm gonna attack some bombers. Normally I don't like attacking bombers with the Yak jets because they don't have much guns, but I'm gonna have to do it. So, pour some rounds into this G8N1, but it doesn't do much damage, which is a little bit disappointing. I take a little bit of damage to the nose, but thankfully not the engine. It was just the airframe around the nose that got damaged, but the engine is fine. And so now it's time to try going for this B-29. And you can see he's already spraying, so I'm not going to go straight at him, instead do a few jinks and now pump some lead into him, and there we go. Got his inner engine on fire. Keep jinking a little bit as you pass him because those gunners will wreck your day if they hit you. But thankfully he doesn't. And he's burning. I'm definitely not going to sit on his tail though. I was just turning this way to go back towards teammates. Not because I want to make another pass at the B-29. But thankfully the B-29 loses his wing from the fire, and so I get the kill. Yippee! And now we have an R2-Y2 who wants to join the fun, so I'm gonna try to go under his guns. I think I get a little bit lucky there, that I somehow flew between his bullets. But I'm still alive. Now I want to run away, get a little bit of separation, because I don't want to turn fight really while this Yak-3 is still above me. But the R2-Y2 really seems to want to turn fight me, so I guess it would be rude of me not to. So again, dodge his shots. Again, probably get a bit lucky. Wasn't exactly the best dodges in the world, I guess, but I didn't get hit, so it's good enough. And now this guy's committed to turn fighting, and the Yak is a lot better at that than the R2-Y2 is. Small burst, give him a smoking engine, and another small burst takes off his wing. Killing those bombers cost me a lot of ammo, so I had to be very conservative with the rest of my ammo because I didn't have much left. And that's kind of a problem with the Yak jets. You get just two, or in the case of the 15P, just one 23mm gun, and they have 60 rounds per gun, so it's not a lot. But if you get nice and close and do short controlled burst, you can make it last pretty good. So I like to get within almost like about 300 meters or so, and then open fire. Now there are some F8Fs down low, and I cannot resist killing some F8Fs. That's like my favorite enemy in the Yak jets is F8Fs, because they're so easy to kill. So this guy's committed to trying to kill our R2-Y2, so I come behind him, small burst, give him a smoking engine, and the second burst uses up my remaining ammo, but it kills him. So I'm a happy man. Time to go back to base. I've got 3 kills. That's pretty decent. And another thing about these 23mm cannons is that their muzzle velocity is pretty slow, so that's another reason you want to get nice and close, because then you don't have to lead as much. You still have to keep in mind that you have to lead quite a bit more than most other guns though. Now I've always had a bit of a soft spot for the Yak jets. I really like them. I know a lot of people don't like them because of their low rip speed and their, well, I don't know. They're not exactly jet-like, but I love it. I love their maneuverability. I mean, look how you can throw this thing around. You can't do that with any other jet, really. But this jet, it's so maneuverable. I love it. I love the Yak-15. I love the Yak-15P. I had a lot of fun with those because I spaded those while it was at 5.7. So then you were facing props all the time. You could even face P-51s and stuff, and they had no chance. Now this R2-Y2 is coming for me. dodge him, and this would have been a really nice move if I still had some ammo left, because I'm right on his tail now. But sadly I don't, but I mean this match is almost over, so I'll just stick behind him and hope one of my teammates kills him. And there we go, it was even my auto squad mate guy, so I get a teamwork award. Woohoo! So yeah, I really like the Yak-15 and the Yak-15P, and now with the new matchmaker for the Yak-17, it's a lot more friendly, because you don't have to fight Hortons and F-80Cs anymore. So a lot of the time, I've noticed, you get down tier to 5.7 matches, so you have a lot of LA9s and Yak VK107s on your team. Sometimes, a lot of the times if it's a mixed battle, then there's P80s, 262s, 162s, all that stuff. I've actually had quite a lot of normal battles, and not that many mixed battles, but it kind of depends on which time you're playing, because when I was playing during the day, I would get more normal battles, and when I was playing in the evening, I'd get a lot more mixed battles, so I guess it just all depends a bit. But yeah, I find that the matchmaking for this thing is pretty good now. You can definitely compete a lot of the times if you're facing Bearcats and Spitfires and Tempests and stuff. I mean, the Yak-Jet is fine against those, it really is. So that's this match completed, and there you go, 3 kills, good stuff. Take a quick look at the results screen, then you can see my upgrading progress and stuff, and all that other jazz. So there we go, got about 2000 RP for upgrades. And you can see I'm working on the wing cover now. So that's the tier 3 upgrade. The upgrades on this thing are pretty expensive, so it takes a while to unlock them, which is a little bit annoying, but it's doable, I guess. So, now let's go to the next match. And this was a match on Hokkaido. Again, it was mixed. This was during the time when I was getting a lot of mixed battles. But it gives us the opportunity to talk about something else, and that is the new thermodynamics in the game. Basically, you can see I'm currently running at yellow temperature just after takeoff. Temperatures, they change a lot quicker now than they used to. It also means you can cool down quicker, but it also means you heat up quicker. For the Yak-17, basically flying at 100%, you will go into the yellow temperatures. If you stay in the yellow temperatures, eventually your engine will overheat, and staying in the yellow temperatures kind of means that if you cool down later, you've still stressed your engine a bit, so if you overheat again later, it'll overheat quicker. So I tend to fly at 100% throttle, bring the plane up to about 400 kilometers per hour, and then start climbing, and then at about 1.5 kilometers I will go down to about 88% throttle, and that will put you back into the white temperatures, so the safe zone, and then I'll just kind of cruise around or climb a little bit at that throttle setting. On some maps the engine temperatures don't seem to be that important, because for instance the previous match on the Britain map, I was not overheating at all. I could fly the whole match at 100%. I also flew another match on Spain, which you'd say is warmer, but for some reason there my engine was also not overheating, so it seems to depend a bit. Either way, that is how I do it. Now I think we're gonna skip forward a little bit to when the action starts to happen here, because not much is happening. I don't want to attack a TU2, those rear gunners will hurt me, and an Arado is probably too fast for me at the moment. So we're gonna skip ahead until my action starts. So this F-84 tried to rush our climbing teammates, but he didn't get any of them, and now I'm kind of on his tail, but I know I'm never gonna catch an F-84, so I say screw that. Instead I'm gonna focus on this 262. He seems to be maneuvering, and maneuvering 262 means he's probably lower on speed, and that's something I can possibly catch. Always keep in mind that the rip speed of this thing is about 740. You can push it to 760 kilometers per hour, but you gotta be careful. thankfully, because I'm not very much upgraded, it's very difficult for me to reach those speeds because this plane is pretty slow when it's stock, so that's okay. Now I saw this Tempest behind me, so I decided to ignore the 262 for the time being and instead go focus on this Tempest. So I get a deflection shot, I just pull the trigger and get a fire. So that was pretty lucky. I mean, that was a difficult shot and I just kind of guessed and I hit it. So Tempest is burning and there we go, he's dead. 262 also got killed. And that F-84 is still behind me. But this is about all I did. Well, I did some more this match, but now it's quiet for a little while. So I throttled down a bit, let my engine cool off, and climb towards the back of the map, just to gain a bit of separation. Pretty soon I'll turn around to engage these Spitfires and stuff. There we go. Turning, turning, turning. And there's also an F8F down there. And I love me some F8F, so go back to 100% throttle. And time to go F8F hunting. So coming in nice and fast, but not too fast. And this thing actually retains its control pretty much at all speeds, so that's nice. As you can see, I can roll and I can pull elevator really nicely even at these high speeds. Just pull up, bleed some speed. At 500 kilometers per hour you can activate the combat flaps. Get some more turning speed. And now I should be able to get this F8F. Sadly he rolls under my burst and then he decides to crash into the ground. Maybe he did it on purpose, maybe not, I don't know. So now it's time to look at this Spitfire. Oh yeah, and one thing, when because the Yak jets used to be at 5.7 and the Yak-17 was at 6.0, when they increased its battle rating, they also increased the maneuverability a little bit. So it does turn just a fractional bit better than it used to. Like it used to be that at 500 kilometers per hour, for instance, you could pull about a 9G turn, and now it can pull about a 10G turn, so that's all nice. This is actually kind of dangerous what I'm doing. Getting below someone in the Yak-17 is dangerous, because they can dive on you, and pretty much all props will outdive you. And so it's a bit dangerous, but I figured there was enough of my teammates around here distracting him that I could do it. As you can see, he doesn't make a pass for me, he's too busy dodging my other teammates. So that allows me to get onto his tail and start trying to shoot him. Those are some pretty bad shots. But I have enough ammo left. And this is the funny thing about the Yak jets, you can just turn fight things, and I love it. You can definitely turn fight Bearcats, Tempest, and the Griffin Spits. Yes, you gotta be careful though with those. The Mark 22 and the Mark 14, for instance, those can be tricky. So I'm getting some small hits onto this guy. I damaged his central gear leg, so that's good. And now I should be able to get some more shots. There we go, some more hits, and bang. There goes his wing, and I get another kill. So that is all very, very, very nice. I really love this plane. And that's the end of that match. That was another Arado, but we'll leave him. So now we're going to look at some more things. Instead of a full match, I'll just show some clips from this, I think. So this was a normal battle, not mixed. And it's on alternate history Berlin. And as you can see, there's about 4 Bearcats all diving after the same Tu-2. And I mean, that's so stupid. They really should climb, because if they all climb, I can't touch a prop that climbs. But if they go to sea level, then I can absolutely wreck them. But if they climb, they're invincible to me. But they give up that advantage so early. So I'm ignoring the bomber because I don't want to hunt bombers, and there's enough fighter targets down here for me to get. I have a Yak-15 with me to my left, so I know I have a bit of backup. And I see this Bearcat here to the left is going for my Yak-15 buddy. The Yak-15 pulls up, I believe, The F8F tries to go after him, but that puts him perfectly in my guns, and there we go. 6 shells, and the Bearcat is dead. So that was a really nice shot. So, where did those other Bearcats go? There's one of them. Oh, there should be another 2 somewhere else, so I don't want to dive down too quickly. But then again, I'm not really scared of diving down in the the Yak-17. That B-29 just ripped his wings. I think he switched to gunner mode, and that caused him to level out and rip his wings. That is why you should always go into the options and turn off the gunner auto level thingy, so that your aircraft keeps flying at the angle it was flying before you switch to the gunner view. Either way, we found our Bearcats. So, there's quite a few of them, and I mean, I love turn fighting Bearcats, but preferably only one at a time. So you gotta try to separate one from the pack, and then engage him. Turn fighting multiple is just bound to get you killed. They might not turn as well as you, but if there's more of them, they still have good guns and they can kill you pretty quickly. So instead I'm kind of pulling them over this way and see which one of them chases me and which ones break off. And as soon as you see that the rest have broken off and there's only one chasing you, then you can turn back in and start to engage. So I dive down a bit to pick up some speed, and then you roll under his guns and then pull up and loop over to get onto his tail. That's a move that pretty much always works. It bleeds some speed so that you can pop the combat flaps and turn even better. And as you can see, voila, we are on his tail. That is my recipe for success. Of course, he's outrunning me because I'm slow as all hell, but eventually I'll catch up to him. So that teammate kills that other F8F, so now I just gotta try to finish this guy off. As you can see, the Yak can turn just as well, actually better than the Bearcat, so it's very, very nice. Don't want to lose control here, so I stop turning for a second. And my aim generally gets worse the more teammates there are around. I get really scared of these teammates because I swear they're a bigger threat to me than the enemy is. And they make me feel rushed, like I gotta get the kill quickly before they come up behind and spray at him from a kilometer away and get the kill. So I couldn't kill him, so we're gonna have to try to find another target. So up here there's another Bearcat. So I decide, you know what, there's enough friendlies around, I think it's safe to do this. Pitch straight up and go at him. Normally this would be a pretty stupid maneuver to do, but he's distracted enough that I can risk it. This allows me to get behind him, or almost behind him. Put a few speculative shots. I have enough ammo left, and this is about the last guy, so don't have to be too careful with my ammunition. So spray a bit, and as you can see, I'm missing quite a bit. That tends to happen if I have a whole swarm of friendlies behind me. And there we go, still missing. I should be able to get him pretty soon. There we go. Nope, still got some pretty bad shooting. Come on. I really hate it when they roll around like this. Got some more hits. Teammates are shooting at me from behind. Whoop, hello. But I can turn better than LA9, and there we go, set him on fire and finish him off. So that's always nice. And that is why I love fighting Bearcats, because the Yak-17 just, it's better than a Bearcat. Except for climb. So if a Bearcat climbs, that's his best defense. But if he starts trying to turn fight down low, the Yak-17 is gonna win, even if you're pretty much stock. And this last match, I was going to show a little bit of it, is just to dispel the myth that I never die or anything. So, I'm diving down on this F8F, and you get to see the speed limit of this thing. And there we go. Got a level out now. See, you can push it to 760 about, without here comes the reduced speed. But even if you get reduced speed, if you're just gentle on the controls, it won't rip. So, I'm going a bit too fast, so I'm going to gain a bit of separation and go away. And the good thing with the yak jets is that they don't, when they're stock at least, they don't climb well enough that you can really reach the rip speed easily. Once you get it fully upgraded, then it becomes more of a problem, because then you can even reach 740 kilometers per hour in about a 2-degree dive. But when you're stock, no such issues. Now this J7W here, spray a few rounds at him, and there we go. Killed him. Took a bit more ammo than I would have liked, but you can't be perfect every time, can you? I'm wary of this Yak-17, because of course he's pretty much flying the same plane as me, so he can do everything just as well as me, and chances are he might be more upgraded than me, which would make him better. So I don't really want to get into a conflict with him. And there seems to be a Bearcat closing in, but he's not going for me. So instead I'm going to go for this other Bearcat who is harassing our P-80. So closing the distance nice and fast. But he seems to be aware of me. He's turning and he dives under my guns. Good move by him. But now he's turn fighting and I can beat him at this game. There we go, put a few hits into him. But here comes another F8F, so I have to pull out for a little while, dodge him. And where'd that other guy go? There he is. Now I can go back to trying to kill him. So, we're looping up and over. The other Yak-17 comes in there and actually clips my fuel tank. But thankfully it doesn't do too much damage. It has hurt my roll a little bit though. Like my plane isn't flying perfectly level anymore. But I can still have enough turn to fight this Bearcat. So here we go. Can I get him now? Yes, very nice. But now I have Yak-15 problems. So I'm gonna have to try to dodge him somehow. So he's coming in, so I pull vertical and roll over to try to get on his 6. He has a lot more speed than me, but that means I can turn a little bit better. But I am in trouble here. I mean, I've lost a lot of speed. But I'm still alive, so that's good. And I am kind of getting on the tail of this Yak-15, so it's not all hopeless yet. There we go, we're kind of in rolling scissors here. I missed those shots, which is too bad. And I feel I could have had him here, but then the Bearcat comes in, blows my wingtip off, and I'm done for. So, I mean, I don't feel like I had much choice. I was forced to turn fight that Yak, and that left me a sitting duck for that other F8F. Sadly enough, we lost this match, I think, because this P-80 decided it would be a great idea to go head-on with a Bearcat who was stalling below him. But you know, you can't have it all your way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gives you some motivation to try out the Yak jets, because I really love them. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I think they're great. They're maneuverable, they're kind of fast, not really that fast, but they can turn so well, and most prop pilots don't expect a jet to turn, and so when you're completely out turn fighting them, it confuses them, and it's a lot of fun. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.